So our next point, we're going to actually add an external LED. We're going to use our favorite RG common anode RGB LED. So the first is we're going to put this guy on and apply it better. And verify better for viewing. And we'll do it like that. I'm going to move this whole thing over this way. Way up. All right. I need to move it more this way so you can see both. All right. First step is I'm going to run my ground. Oh, at this point, I'm going to turn off my board. So I do not want these things out. These ones are very sensitive to dead shorts. So I ran my ground to my ground. And I'm going to run my 5 volt to my 5 volt line. And I'm going to pause the video for a second and grab another white wire so I have another 5 volts. Hold on. All right, and I'm going to take a 5 volt and run that into the 5 volt pin on the anode on my RGB LED. And then I'm going to take and run a wire from the red wire, the red pin on my LED, and we're going to run that to P3. And then I'm going to run the green wire to the green wire to D4 on my board. And I'm going to take the blue wire and run it up to the. So I still have D9 and 10 and the analog input available. That should be good. I'm going to hide this. And now let's add some code because I believe we're only a couple minutes in. So let's go to our setup, back to our standard Arduino setup. And we're going to get rid of green LED. We're going to change this from green LED caps to B3. Actually, we're going to go up to the top of our code. And right where we're going to get rid of this guy here. And we're going to add our LEDs. So int red LED equals B3. Int green LED equals B4. And int blue LED equals D8. And those numbers are coming directly from these numbers here, D3, D4, D8. D3 is the red wire, comes down in here. D4 is my green wire, yep, and it goes down into there. And my blue wire is D8 and comes into there. And these don't look not like numbers, but they're actually numbers because they're this replacement right here, these defines. Because that would be 0, 2, and 15, which is really confusing. D4, D3, D4, and D8 are already confusing enough. So now we're going to go to our setup where we start working, and we're going to make red LED an output. I'm going to take Control C, Control V, Control V, blue LED, and red LED. Or blue LED, this one green LED. Doesn't matter what order, but I really like them together. So we now have red, green, and blue LEDs. Their outputs, and we can write to them with digital or analog. We're going to start by just doing some digital. So let's take and add. Let's change our thing. So here, we're going to go to our top piece here. We're going to make this as the red LED is, and we're going to call this R underscore LED state off. And we're going to call this red button handler ID, and his ID is going to be red button, and we're going to say red. Let me double check a couple things quickly. Yeah, we're good. And I'm going to now take and copy these two lines, Control C, Control V, and Control V. Now we need to do a little more here. So we're going to say the red, make this, so this is going to be the green LED is GR LED state. And we're going to say this is the blue LED is the LED state. And this is going to be green button and blue button. And his value is going to be green and blue. Now our web page is going to have 3 lines with 3 buttons. And now we want our button handler to know which one is being pressed. So we need to add an extra argument to this guy. We're going to pass the, along with the, we're going to pass R, B, and B. Now our button handler is going to take a new thing, which is going to be, it's going to take the color, and we're going to get the color by, the color is going to be whatever we pass this, R, G, or B. So we need to figure out which one to drive. So the ID we're going to grab for each one is going to be easily enough. Actually, we're going to make this capital R, capital G, and capital B. The reason is that way this can be easily sort of built together for a string. So we're going to say, we're going to pass on underscore LED state, and then we're going to add on color. So we're going to add on the color state here. And then we're going to take and so we grab that, and then we are going to copy this chunk here and replace it with the proper statement. Now, this is only the JavaScript side, and our main code is not going to work. So let's go here. Well, it should work on at least the thing. Let's double check that at least the JavaScript, the HTML and JavaScript side works. So I'm going to hit upload and then pause the video as I have been doing. I knew it was going to burn me not updating the on button thing. We're going to remove all the on button code. I'm going to just comment the whole thing out. The easiest way to do that is /star, then go to the bottom of that, and we're going to go //. So just the actual code for handling the buttons, we'll do the Arduino part next after we prove the web page progress. Again, I'll pause while it's working. Actually, before I do that, we're going to add one more thing to our console. We're going to console.log color plus base LED and color plus LED. And I'm going to recompile again. Oh, we got a failed connection. That's fine. Oh, I never turned the device back on. Make sure you turn it back on after you're done. And it is going to start with the LED on. We'll fix that in our well, actually, let's fix that right now. Let's make it so when we do connect, we start the device, we turn off all of our LEDs. So we're going to do digital Bright red LED high. Remember, high turns it off because we are backwards. Green LED and blue LED. All right, recompile, and I'll pause while it works. And apparently I made an error on spelling counts. So I think I did in the update right here. Yep, digital. Again, compile while I pause. I will continue to send another video because apparently when the wires are connected, I'm having problems with my board not talking properly. I think I'm putting into a correct state. I probably dead short. I'll figure that out next video. I apologize. But next video we'll handle that.